You know the winning formula. This video is part of our introductory series entitled You and the IRS Collection Machine. The introductory series features a number of phrases which we use in our practice to help folks understand the nature of their IRS problem at a more personal, deeper, and non-technical level. I've coined these phrases more than 25 years ago, and they've stood the test of time. They help you understand what's happening to you because you can relate to them through your regular life experiences, and they'll give you more confidence so that you can successfully take the first step in resolving your IRS problem. You know the formula. Do it yourself with Digital Tax Attorney. Get 2 digital tax attorney sets and talk to one of our tax attorneys for free. This is industry revolutionary. Let us help you help yourself. Then decide what's best for you. Remember, the more you know, the less you pay. Our topic is the IRS cycle of destruction, and more importantly, how to beat it. Now, first and foremost, recognize that every taxpayer has rights. And from our experience, and we've been doing this now, representing taxpayers in serious tax problems for more than 33 years, every IRS collection problem can be resolved. The key to resolving any of these IRS collection problems is never add a new problem to the ones that already exist. Let that sink in for a minute. If you add more tax delinquencies or more unfiled returns onto existing IRS problems, you are falling into the IRS cycle of destruction. So your first and the most important step is to not do that. Any tax return that is due from you now needs to be prepared and filed on time. By way of example, if you've not filed previous year's 1040 income tax returns, and there's one due from you now, prepare it and have it filed on time. If you owe taxes for the current period, pay them and credit them to the current period. Even if you have other liabilities from the past that remain delinquent. You see, what we're doing is satisfying the requirements that the law actually imposes on you as a taxpayer. And that requirement is that you are in filing and tax payment compliance. That's the key and critical technical word, compliance. Now, it's important because all of the rights that the law extends to you, all of the protections that are made available to you from unfair or over-aggressive or heavy-handed IRS collection actions, all of those things are dependent on whether you are in compliance. In other words, it's a condition that you have to satisfy before you're eligible for those benefits or those rights. I'll give you some examples. If you want to enter into an installment payment plan, you have to be in compliance. If you want to stay in an installment payment plan that you've already struck with the IRS, you must remain in compliance. That's return filing and current tax payment liability payment must be made on time. If you're going to look eventually to an offer in compromise, you have to be in compliance when you file your formal application for 656 relief. And you have to remain in compliance during the time that your offer is being considered. If you want to seek relief from a levy, you'd have to do the same thing. Now, more importantly, and I say this as a matter of psychology and problem resolution, once you are in compliance, you're back on the horse. You feel different. You don't have those old delinquencies continuing to haunt you and debilitate you. Here's an example. John and Mary operated a business together for the last 10 years, and by gosh, they were always on top of their business and personal records, and they kept them on time and accurately, and they filed their tax returns and paid their taxes on time and accurately. But then unfortunately, John had a heart attack and a stroke, and they were bad ones. So it took him 2 years to recuperate. In the meantime, Mary also became ill, and in that 2-year period of time, these folks did not file their 1040 tax returns or pay the taxes that were due from them on time. But after he regained his strength and she worked through her medical challenges too, which was in the 3rd year, they were left with a choice. What do? Do they not file? Do they not pay what's due from them in the 3rd year and try to work first with the oldest period? No. They must first get into compliance with their current filing and their current tax payment responsibilities. Then they put what we call a bookend on both ends of their delinquency. They have 2 years that is a problem. There's a beginning time and there's an end time to it. And they're demonstrating that they're back on the horse, not just satisfying the technical requirements, but as a matter of demonstrable practicality, they're doing what it is that they should be doing, and they're establishing their goodwill. Their credibility is increasing. So when they ask for the protections that the law extend to them, they're going to not only be eligible for it, but people are going to want to extend it to them. This is critical. And in all our years of handling these type of problems successfully, I can tell you that there's less than 5% of the folks that come to us that openly recognize and admit that they have heard that compliance is a condition. When we talk about it to them, they usually say to us that they don't understand that it was a condition. So, as you go through your experience, you have to understand that the foremost thing is to avoid the IRS cycle of destruction. Because once you're in the vortex, it's very difficult to get out of it. And it has not just a financial feature to it, but it has a deep emotional and psychological feature to it. And the easiest way to do that is to take these small and simple steps to prepare and file your tax returns that are due from you now on time, and make those tax payments from the current period on time. And after you do that, you can reflect back and consider how unnecessary all of that stress was in your life. And you'll be able to focus on the delinquency, and you'll be able to work toward resolving for finality all of the previous shortcomings, whatever they may be, that you didn't do on time and in the right way. You can resolve your IRS tax collection problem. There's no doubt about it. And now you're on the right path. You can do it yourself with Digital Tax Attorney. Help us help you help yourself. Thank you.